check.
All my people, can I get a hello? I go by the name of Seek, representing the Hello Effect podcast. Also the Worldwide Fleet DJs, DigiWax and Media. And we outside, live at the Penthouse for New Music Wednesdays. Who I got the pleasure sitting next to right now?
Yo, this is Kid from Kid and Play, also with
your man DJ Wiz from Kid and Play.
What's up?
All right, so first and foremost, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling today?
Oh, man, good to be here. It's very exciting here on New Music Wednesday.
Yes, it is. And it's all about Tin Man, in case you ain't know.
All right, so
10-Man Wednesday, about to be a 10-man summer. Let's go.
All right, so what brings y'all outside to New Music Wednesday? What's going on?
Well, I'm here to promote my new single, Tin Man. It's a joint ski that I recently put out. I put it out in March, but it's been getting a lot of really positive feedback, and especially from the DigiWax crew. I was on the Zoom call with them a couple weeks ago, and I'm here visiting back to New York from LA. When I heard they were had the vibe up here at the Penthouse, I wanted to pull up, and it's great to be here and rap with people like yourselves and just get the flavor of what's going on in that DigiWax, in that digital music space that's going on right now. So yeah, man, it's good to be here.
All right. Before I ask my next question, just let the people know, if they don't, where y'all represent from. Where you from originally?
Yo, well, Kid from Kid and Play and DJ Wiz, we originally from Queens.
Okay.
Queens all day, baby. East Elmhurst, the Hearst in effect. And we got a whole lot of people from the Hearst. Let me just educate y'all.
Yeah.
Other than Kid and Play, myself, we got Herbie Lovebug.
Okay.
We got Eric B.
Yep.
We got Kwame.
Talking.
We got Cool G Rap.
Yep.
Ooh.
We got Ron Lawrence.
Okay.
Who else? I'm forgetting somebody.
Nori and them.
No, well, yeah, that
Large
left right.
Professor.
Yeah, but the
Queens.
Hearst specifically, that's the original crew.
And adjacent, yeah. Queens get the money,
All right, so what brings you back to music, or have you been acting over years? I don't know.
Nah, well, you know what? Actually, musically, in terms of releasing new music, I haven't been active. But I think that's one of the great things about the music space that we're in right now is, and particularly if you look at the year 2025, there were a lot of what they call classic hip-hop artists that released new music that hadn't released it in a while, and actually a lot of them were quite successful. So I think with that as the background, and then also just in terms of what I was going through personally, I just felt the need to kind of create something musically, and that's what became the song Tin Man, and just in this digital music space to be able to get it up and on these several platforms and get it kind of critiqued and enjoyed by the masses. I think that's what kind of technically, quote unquote, got me off the couch. But I'm learning this new space. I'm digging it, and it's been good to me so far. We're having a really good time connecting with all the DJs and the content creators that are in this new digital space.
All right, that's what's up. So what's Tin Man about? Like, what's that about?
Well, Tin Man kind of refers to basically, people know the character Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. The Tin Man needed and ended up receiving a heart. And that's what happened to me personally last year on a health tip. I received a new heart via a transplant last summer. And I think in the recuperation and the healing of that's when the idea came to not only talk about and touch on what I went through personally, but also kind of pay homage to some of the fallen soldiers that we had in hip-hop that we don't often give props to and give flowers to while they're alive. So part of the song, particularly the second verse, is about naming some of those greats that we miss. And so that's kind of what the vibe of Tin Man is about. It's not just about me, but it's about hip-hop as a culture that's aging, that we need to respect, but also feeling very optimistic about the future of hip-hop and about the direction that it continues to move into.
So how do you currently feel about today's hip hop?
How do we feel about today's hip hop?
You love anything?
They got some dope hip hop out there.
Okay.
I think the problem is finding the dope hip hop, because a lot of the stuff doesn't get played on the radio.
Okay.
That's the difference between today and back in our days. A lot more was exposed, but now it's like you gotta hunt for it.
I think what DJ Wiz says is definitely true. And I think the volume of music that's coming out today is incredible. And it's coming from all sources. It's not just coming from the States, it's coming from around the globe. As Wiz said, you kind of have to put in the work to kind of sift through it and get to the kind of hip hop that you like. There's all different kinds, and I think if you put the work in, there's a lot of great hip hop that's out there, and these new artists and these artists of today are definitely putting in work.
No, that's a fact. First and foremost, I want to say I'm happy that you found the heart and you doing well and things like that.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about the social media space. You know what I mean? How do you feel like currently about the social media space? You know what I mean?
Well, I think that social media is it's just the way business is done these days. It's a necessary part of the game, and I think if utilized correctly, if used correctly, it can be you can use it to your advantage in terms of whatever it is you're trying to promote. In the case of me promoting my new single, it's been very helpful in kind of getting people ready for it to come out. Then once it came out, getting the word out that it was available on all the different platforms. So I think social media at its best is a really powerful tool that can be used to promote whatever it is you're doing within the culture.
All right, so how do you, avoid the nonsense on it though? You know what I mean? Because you got to take that also with it. So how personally do you avoid the nonsense? Because everybody has an opinion on it.
Well, look, everybody brings their own standard of themselves to the table. So, how you are as a person, how you move as an artist, as a business person, that's what you're going to bring to social media. If you're an unsavory person, if you're about the bad business, if you're about if you're about negative energy, then that's what you're going to bring to the table. That's not what we do, and I think we celebrate hip hop. And not only when it's time for us to release something, but we gravitate toward those that are doing the same. So that's a personal decision whether you want to deal with the good or bad of any kind of venue or any kind of platform that's out there. So we put forth positive energy, and that's kind of what comes back to us.
All right, so how do you feel about artists doing podcasts right now, currently, and would you ever consider doing a podcast?
How do you feel about artists doing podcasts?
I think it's dope.
Okay.
I mean, look at Joe and Jada. We love that. Like
They're not the only ones.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
thinking, like, off the top of my head,
Right.
They're like the first people I think of because they're really hot, and I like the dynamics of the chemistry
Yeah.
between each of them. And some artists just have a lot of inquisitive, like intelligent, thoughtful questions. So when you have that and you have the charisma, it's awesome.
So not
Yeah.
the bullshit podcast where they chatting and talking about people. You don't like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, once again, you're gonna gravitate toward the podcasts that represent the issues and the energy that you like, and look, some people like the drama, they like the mudslinging or whatever like that, and that's out there for people.
Forever.
Yeah, that's out there. And it's kind of how you choose it. Like Wiz said, the Joe and Jada is always going to be informative. It's going to be funny. It's going to great stories. It's going to be true to hip hop. They're going to be playing new music, stuff like that, and all the different rappers that are out doing it. Actually, Play and I a couple years ago had a podcast that we're doing. It's something that we really enjoyed. It was called the Funhouse Podcast.
Okay.
We had a really good time doing it, and it's something that we're actually thinking about recreating to get in that space and have fun with one another, telling stories, interviewing guests. So we definitely have fun doing it. But we definitely enjoy a lot of other cats that are in that space. The Joe Buddens of the world and everything. Funny, informative, and very, very much hip hop friendly.
Yeah, they got R&B too. Sean Stockman.
Oh yeah.
Sean Stockman's got a good one. I don't know if you ever listen to Tank. Tank has one.
Yeah.
R&B Money. That's a good one. Yeah, there's a lot out there.
But they're thoughtful.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. All right, so do you have the same passion for music as acting?
Yeah, I think so. I've been blessed to do a lot of different things over the years, be it acting, be it rapping, be it voiceover, be it stand-up comedy, all the different things I've been fortunate enough to do. And I enjoy them all. They all work kind of different muscles, if you will. And I'm glad to keep doing them for as long as I can. As I said earlier, I hadn't released any new music in a while, so it was kind of fun to get back to that. And once again, trying to navigate it with this new landscape that people use to deliver music to the public. So yeah, man. Every time whatever project's in front of me, I try to put 110% into it, and enjoy it and have fun with it. And I think that comes through in the product, whatever it is that I'm pushing at the time.
Do you believe it's easy to navigate in today's music rather than when you had to go through a label back in the day?
Well, you know what? I think there are pros and cons. I definitely like the fact that today you can have an idea and record it and get it up as soon as quickly as you like. I do like that part. I do like the fact that there are less barriers between the artist and the public. That was a problem back in the days. So I think we like that.
Yeah, it's so technology has been a blessing and a curse.
That's a fact.
But to his point, we could go record a song right now and be out before midnight.
Nah, that's a
You know
fact.
what I'm saying? Upload, going viral.
Nah, that's a fact.
Right. That's what's up.
All right, before we get up out of here, you mind dropping a few words of encouragement to the youth that's trying to do anything in life that's watching right now?
Well, I would say this. This is Kid from Kid and Play. And in particular, having gone through what I went through health-wise from last year to this year, I think it's given me, I wouldn't say a completely different perspective, but a renewed perspective on life in terms of what it is, you want to do and how you want to be and feel as a person. So I would say to any young person or anybody out there that's at a crossroads or a little concerned about what they're going to do with their art, you got to go with your own instincts and gut first. You have to be true to yourself. You know, there are going to be obstacles in your way. That's kind of a given, and I think that's what the universe does to make sure that you really want to do what it is you say that you want to do. Nothing good comes easy. I know people hear these cliches a lot, but there's something to them. And I would always urge people that are trying to be creative. As Wiz said earlier, with the technology, it does provide you with a lot of avenues to be creative. Use them wisely. AI is not just on the horizon; it's here. Yep. So you have that to use at your discretion. And I just urge people to be creative. Don't listen to the naysayers. You can catch them on the way back. They'll always come back later on and say that they supported you from the beginning. You know how that goes.
That's a fact.
And you know what? That's how you get to the top. And after having 30 plus years in the business, I'm still excited to release new music and do new projects. And I would hope that for anybody that's listening out there that's trying to get into this thing or that's thinking about getting out of it, I wouldn't advise that. I would say keep doing this, keep pursuing it, keep being creative, keep bringing your art to the people. It satisfies you, if nothing else.
That's a fact. Could we get a Kid and Play project probably in the future?
Yeah, well, Play and I still do our thing out on the road. We're still out there hitting it, having a great time with that. So catch us out there out on the road this summer, doing a lot of those I Love the 90s dates with a lot of classic hip-hop and R&B artists. And that's something that we really enjoy doing as well. So now we out there, phone still ringing, and we we look forward to it and look forward to catching the people out there.
All right, just let the people know where they can continue to follow you and support you at your social media.
Yeah, well, in terms of Kid from Kid and Play, that's how you can follow me on IG and X. It's Kid from Kid and Play. And as far as DJ Wiz,
it's the real DJ _WIZ at IG.
That's what's up.
All right,
Holla.
All right, once again, I go by Seek, represent the Hello Effect Podcast, Worldwide Fleet DJs, DigiWax.
That's
Live
right.
at the Penthouse for New Music Wednesday.
Seek, but not destroy.
Word.
Seek and thrive.
Yeah.